Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Hey guys, it's Lucy here for today's video. I'm going to be dyeing my hair. Lord knows I need it. You can't tell from like this, of course I'm in the dark, but my roots are far more than overgrown. Deadly brown.
Let's go.
Yes, I said it. Dyeing my hair and giving myself highlights. Oh, you can't tell because of this hairstyle, but my roots are crazy overgrown. The back is even worse. So I really just need a touch up and like just restart. And I like this color, but I feel like the roots being dark makes it look darker. And I really want to go lighter. So that's what we finna do. So enjoy. I'm going to be using the Cream of Nature Honey Blonde and then Lightest Blonde. This is what's gonna be my highlight color. This is what's gonna be my regular color. But before I do my highlights, I'm gonna mix a little bit of this inside of this just to give it a little bit of a lighter blonde. So hopefully this goes well. All right, so let's get into the story time. So if anybody knows, I used to work fast food jobs. I worked McDonald's, Popeyes, and then of course I worked at gas station. My sister Asia was the one that put me on to working at Popeyes because she'd worked there already 2 years. So I stopped working McDonald's. I made Popeyes my full-time job, and then I picked up hours at McDonald's whenever I wanted or whatever. One night, me and Asia she was supposed to teach me how to work drive-through because I was still learning front counter. And so learning drive-through would mean I would stay till 10 instead of 9. So my boss wanted me to learn drive-through. Well, I wasn't feeling good, and you can clearly see it all over me. So he was like, hey, you're not feeling too good. Why don't you go on home? She was like, Asia, you can go home too. And so we both went home, or was supposed to go home at 9. So me and Tom was dating or whatever, and he was supposed to actually come pick me up that day. Asia was going to stay till 10, and I was going to go home. But because I didn't even end up staying till 10, and she didn't even stay until 10, he was supposed to come with us in general, but he ended up, I think, going back to base that night, so he never came to get us. So we ended up calling an Uber. Well, while we waited for our Uber, you know, we started waiting on the inside of the building, but the front part of the building, the lights turned off because at 9, the front part closes, and then it's just drive-through open until 10. So Asia's like, come outside with me while I go smoke in the parking lot. And I was like, all right, bet, whatever. So I'm sitting there, we're in the parking lot. She's smoking her little weed or whatever. We ain't gonna talk about it. And we just waiting on our Uber. So our Uber pulls up, we get in. As our Uber is pulling out of the Popeyes parking lot, a car is pulling into Popeyes parking lot, and that car is going to set off a bomb. So me and Asia get home, and I shower or whatnot, and then Asia, one of our co-workers, Kira, she ended up working drive-through that night since we had a full staff, and she calls Asia, and she's like, oh my God, we just got shot at, oh my God, like, Asia, I can't believe we just got shot at. And me and her like, what? Like, we just left, what is going on? So she's freaking out, she's like, oh my God, I can't believe we just got shot at, like, I need to go home, oh my God. So she starts retelling us the story, and this is how it goes. So that car that pulled in while we were leaving, he wanted like a 4-piece meal with just dark meat. And since it was so late in the night, they do not drop meats late at night unless they absolutely have to, like they have a rush period or something. But most of the time, they just try to use whatever they have left. So if they don't have enough white meat, they don't have enough white meat, call it a day. Well, he wanted all dark meat, and they did not have 4 pieces of dark meat. They had 4 pieces of dark and white meat, spicy or whatever, but they didn't have what he wanted. So he started to throw a fit, and he was like, well, why didn't you just drop some more? And they're like, sir, we don't drop any unless we're having an exceptionally busy night. And he was understanding that, and he just wanted to get ignorant and belligerent. And so he's like, man, you, I want my chicken, yada, yada, yada. And so while this was going on, one of my coworkers, Kurt, he was taking out the trash, and this man, this man straight up had red beans and rice in his hand as he's doing this, right? He's enjoying his time. He's a little high himself or whatever. And he takes out the trash, and the guy's still like having a fit in the parking lot. So the guy's still screaming at Kira. And mind you, I think Kurt is married to Kira's older sister or something like that. I'm pretty sure. Whatever. And so he's like, hey, you don't talk to her like that. You don't talk to nobody like that. Have some respect. If we say we ain't got it, we ain't got it. And so the guy's like, you. And he's like, and so the dude in the car is like, well, fight me then. So Kurt being Kurt, he like, fight me then. Kurt himself said that is crazy for real. I was in shock when it first happened and everything slowed down around me. Not even a half second after the gun went off, I heard a giant rumble from the 1,000 birds that took off from the tree behind me. From eating red beans and rice while dancing to Migos, to trying to fight a guy in the parking lot, to running for my life. All in all, about 45 seconds. LMAO. Still had my red beans and rice in my hands after all that too. Like I said, the dude tried to shoot at Kurt. He ended up missing it.
Let's go.
Kurt just took off running with his red beans and rice. And he was like, shut the room down. Like, close the doors. Lock it up. Immediately. And police, of course, showed up. News crews showed up. And what's so crazy is everybody knew I was at work that night because, or at least all my friends at school knew I was at work because I literally posted on Snapchat while I was at work. So they knew. And so I get to school the next day and everyone's like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, we heard there was a shooting at Popeyes. Like, oh my God, did you live to see that? And I'm like, I wasn't even there. So yeah, I did live to see it, I guess. And two, moral of the story is smoke your weed and go about your business, baby, because anybody can pull up with a strap and end it for you. So either keep that thing on you or know when to go. Hasta luego. Now, I know it's not something you want to brag about because trust me, it's nothing you want to brag about. But since I wasn't involved in this shooting, I can give you guys a story about me actually being involved in a shooting because when I worked at McDonald's, all types of crazy things went down. And being a part of a shooting was one of them. Crackheads were another. Theft, police being called randomly, police being called on black kids randomly. So trust and believe, if you want any of those stories, I can most definitely pop them out. Just comment which ones you want to hear, and I will put them on a playlist as I upload them called Working Horror Stories. Check it out when you get the chance. If you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you guys did. Give it a like, comment, subscribe below. Tell me what you thought in the comments. Like I said, tell me what you want to hear in the comments because we do have Vlogmas coming up, and I can give y'all 25 stories for Vlogmas. I hope to see you guys in the next video.